Your tracking skills determine that his trail is fresh, and you pursue it eagerly. You pass through a maze of empty passageways, which leads eventually to a large circular hall. Cautiously, you approach the entrance and peer inside. Your tracking skills and your curiosity are handsomely rewarded when you see Wolfsbane. He is standing alone, and he is unaware that you have found him.
Okay, seriously, I'm just saying this. If he jumps through a portal again,
Then we stop for tonight.
yeah, true. Because seriously, at this point, we need the damn portal gun from, well, Portal to keep up with him.
Okay. You're eager to confront your enemy, but you're wary of walking into a trap. At first glance, he appears to be alone in this circular hall, but then you notice something curious about the hall itself. At the 4 points of the compass, there are rails attached to the walls. Small horizontal platforms are attached to these rails, and they move along them in a continuous procession. At the north and the south, these platforms ascend through holes in the ceiling. At the west and east, the platforms ascend through similar holes and continue through other holes, cut into the floor. You suspect them to be elevators, and your suspicion are confirmed when suddenly an armored warrior appears. He is standing on a descending platform, and he passes through the hall and continues traveling downwards to a level somewhere below. Wolfsbane is standing with his back to you and is examining a panel of glass set into the chamber wall. If you magnify your vision, you can see that the panel displays an illuminated view of the avenue that approaches the tower. Your adversary is watching and waiting for your approach. Clearly, he is unaware that you have already gained access to the tower. Suddenly something alerts him to your presence, and he spins on his heel, his dark eyes blazing with a mixture of fear and loathing. He sees you at the entrance to the hall, and immediately leaps upon a rising north platform in an attempt to escape from you. Determined not to let him get away again, you enter the hall and jump onto a rising south platform. As the platform passes through the ceiling of the hall, it carries you up a tall, open shaft. Wolfsbane is on the far side of the shaft wall, some 20 feet above. You can see his face peering over the lip of the platform which he is standing. He mouths something that you suspect is a curse, but he points at you with an extended hand, and a crackling arc of crimson fire leaps from his fingers and comes twisting down the shaft towards your face. You draw your divine blade, and a radiant halo of golden flame caresses its razor-sharp edge. You raise the sword above your head and then strike out at the leading point of the approaching firebolt. There's a tremendous splash of fiery sparks as you connect with the bolt and send it arcing away to explode harmlessly against the wall of the shaft. The Summersword absorbs some of the energy of the firebolt, which transfers to you through its hills. Restore 3 endurance points.
How brilliant.
As your enemy's platform passes through the next level of the tower, he leaps off and disappears from view. A few moments later, when your platform reaches the level, Wolfsbane is nowhere to be seen. You step into the circular chamber and cast your eyes around its bare metallic surface. There's only one exit from here, a narrow tunnel in the north wall. Quickly you enter this tunnel and discover footprints in the dust which blankets the floor. You follow the tracks, but they soon fade and then disappear completely. You stop to examine the floor, and your tracking skills tell you that your adversary is deliberately masking his trail. Determined not to give up this pursuit, you break into a run and hurry along this tunnel to where it makes a sharp turn to the left. What you see filling the corridor ahead brings you skidding to a halt. The way is blocked by a crisscross tangle of thick, gluey strands which are anchored to the floor, wall, and ceiling. You sense that Wolfsbane has cast his magical net to snare and delay you while he makes good his escape. Vigorously, you attack the sticky strands of the net with your magical sword, cleaving through them with unexpected ease. They shrivel at the touch of your golden blade and drop in smoldering heaps onto the floor of the tunnel. Within a matter of seconds, you have cut your way through and able to continue your pursuit. Beyond the net, you discover your opponent's tracks. They lead you to an unlit storage chamber containing dozens of iron canisters and large steel crates. Using your ability to see in the dark, you follow his footprints as they wend their way around these obstacles and trail off towards a distant door. But before you reach the door, you are brought to an abrupt halt by a strange sound, a whirring mechanical growl. Instantly, you look over your shoulder in the direction of the noise and freeze with shock the moment you catch sight of a creature that is moving slowly towards your back. The first thing you see is the creature's eyes. Like 2 strips of molten sulfur, they radiate a cold yellow light. Then you glimpse the outline of its angular shoulders, its square snout, and its gleaming steel forelegs. Oily drool hangs from an iron jaw that is set with jagged blades. As this shocking jaw widens, you hear the whir of metal cogs and gears. You can be fearless in the face of foes of flesh and blood, but this steel wolf strikes terror on your heart. You turn and flee towards the distant door, praying that it will lead to a safe haven from this bloodless beast, but you reach it only to discover that it's locked. Frantically, you search for a bolt or a keyhole, but there are none. Then you locate 2 squares of opaque crimson gemstones set in the wall. The squares are like those you encounter at the entrance to the Temple of Avaras, yet they differ in one important respect. They are separated by a small slot. Do you wish to use your iron disc?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Now you can hear the creature loping towards you, the squeal of its metallic joints merged with the whirring clack of its great iron jaws. The sound unnerves you, and for a terrifying moment your sweat-slick fingers cannot grip the disc in your tunic pocket. Then you have it, and quickly you insert it into the slot in the wall. The door opens with a hiss, you rush forward and immediately sidestep to place a solid wall between you and the steel monster. So there was a wolf robot here?
Wolf robots.
The door slides shut, and a few moments later you hear...
Okay, so there's Lone Wolf, Wolfsbane, and Robo Wolf.
Or Mecha Wolf, if you will. I don't know.
Yeah.
According to the pathway, that thing is indeed called Megwolf.
Mech Wolf.
But you seem to have evaded it.
Unless it also has a metal disc.
The door slides shut, and a few moments later you feel a shudder run through the wall as the creature slams headfirst into the portal and shatters its skull. Your swift escape may have saved your life, but when you haste to evade the mechanical wolf, you left behind the key which opened the portal. You lost your iron disc.
Oops.
The steel walls of the room you have entered are sheen with ice. Several tall canisters stand in a circle at the center of this frigid chamber, connected to one another with pipes and coils of copper cable. Their liquid content bubble and seethe and appear to be boiling despite the freezing air temperature. You walk around them, mesmerized by the strange beauty of the roiling multicolored fluids. Then you sense imminent danger somewhere to your right, and instantly you spin around to face it, your hand reaching reflexively to the weapon at your belt. You see a dark stairwell and a shadowy shape which is crouching near to the bottom step. It is Wolfsbane. He is clutching a bow and has an arrow drawn ready to fire. The instant you see him, he releases his bowstring and the tip of the arrow bursts into flames as it comes speeding towards your chest. Given roll your die and add 2. By the way, what's your endurance, Rana?
Let us see. Our current endurance would be 38.
Right, okay. Yeah, add 2 for having Grand Horn Mastery.
11.
You leap aside to avoid the missile, yet it alters course mid-air and clips your shoulder as you fall to the frost-encrusted floor. Lose 2 endurance points. Quickly you scramble to your feet and look to see your opponent escaping up the darkened staircase. Calling upon your innate healing skills, you staunch the blood that is trickling freely from your wounded shoulder and hurry towards the stairs in pursuit of your hated foe. You climb more than 200 steps before the staircase arrives at a short tunnel which opens into a damp, cavernous hall. This huge chamber is partitioned into pens which house several giant dragonflies, similar to those you encountered when first you arrived on Avaros. High above, great oblong sections of the steel roof are open to the elements, and the bases of passing storm clouds are lit up by the glow from the hall's phosphorescent lighting.
Yeah. Minnesota has a point.
You
Go for the, what was it called? Benny Hill's theme, or what was it called?
It's the Benny Hills team. You scan the... Thank you. You scan the rain-swept pens for a sight of your adversary and find him climbing upon the saddled back of a great crimson dragonfly. He urges the creature into the air and at base with stunning swiftness. You watch as Wolfsbane stares his winged mount once around the roof of the hall, and then to your horror you see him bring the creature to hover directly over your head. He shouts at you, but his words are lost in the buzz of the dragonfly's massive wings. Then he leans from the saddle and casts down a metallic box before urging his mount skyward. The box lands close by, bouncing once before coming to rest near your feet. Your heart pounds when you sense that it is a powerful time bomb. A panel on the side of this device contains several illuminated numerals that are blinking intermittently. You can see by the number remaining that you have only 30 seconds before the bomb detonates. Do you wish to defuse this time bomb, or to mount one of the giant dragonflies and get the hell out of here?
Choices. Well... Jeez. Okay, what do you guys think?
Well, it's not like we care about this place. Let's get out of here.
We already used the headcannon to rescue the monkey, so...
Yeah.
Sorry, we cannot really spend time defusing the bomb, so we're just going to bail out.
You rush to the nearest dragonfly pen and use your magnified discipline of animal control to subdue its hostile occupant. Reluctantly, your creature submits to your will and allows you to climb upon its back. It has no saddle, and you are forced to grip its scaly back as best you can as it rapidly takes to the air. Fear is running ice cold in your veins as you urge the creature towards the open portal in the roof, for you know that the bomb is set to explode at any moment. Give an ear, roll a die.
7.
You escape through the steel roof of the tower and catch a fleeting glimpse of the rain-swept city far below. Suddenly there's a tremendous flash as the bomb explodes and a debris-laden shockwave hits you from behind, flattening you against the dragonfly's crusty neck. You lose 3 endurance points. Your winged mount is hit by the twisted metal from the blast, which tears open its vulnerable belly. You feel it shudder, then in a terrifying instant, it ceases to beat its gossamer wings. Moments later, you find yourself clinging desperate to its back as it plummets towards the ruins of the alien city. Do you wish to use Deliverance?
Yes.
Yes!
Is that not the one that actually summons our god?
No.
No. Using your advanced mastery, you cause the dragonfly's wounds to close up and heal. Consciousness and strength return to its battered body, and the creature is able to pull out of its dive before it's too late. It swoops deep into the cavernous moat of the tower to gather speed for its descent into the clouds. As you soar past the top of the tower, you see that the dragonfly pens have been completely destroyed by the explosion. Fire rages through the uppermost levels of the tower and is spreading quickly to those below. The moment you pass through the storm clouds, you enter a stratosphere that is bathed with magnificent light. Above the city's perpetual cloud layer lies a wondrous vista, an aerial realm that is calm and clear. The golden rays from 2 suns and the reflected light from 12 satellite moons combine to bathe the thunderheads with a panoply of colors. You can scan the heavens and see high above the dragonfly, which is carrying Wolfsbane. It is climbing towards a castle-like fortress that seems to rest upon a base of wispy cloud, defying gravity. Your enemy's flying mount enters the castle from below, passing through a gap on the underside of its cloudy base. Upon seeing his destination, you urge your own winged mount to follow in his wake. So, yeah, there's a picture of what just popped up.
Oh!
So suddenly this appears!
Nice!
And it's every generic fantasy castle on a cloud forever.
Yeah, it might
Anywho, can we stop for tonight?
Yeah, let me just check something. Not much of the book left, but sure, we can stop.
Thank you.
Alright.
No
Alright. But yeah, brilliant castle on a cloud. Just makes you wonder how it actually flies around.
Magic. In any case, this has been Eric Cobra.
And Rana?
The Warlord 1.
And you in here.
And this has been Let's Play Lone Wolf Blind. See you all around.
See you around, folks.
See ya!
God, this book is horrible.